Hello everyone, this is Drew with Sandora Family Farms, and due to the pastor's request for social media fasting for the month of August, most of the summer, or a good share of the summer growing season is past. But I wanted to give you an update. Sometimes I don't like to show you exactly what my garden looks like because I'm not super proud of some of the things, but you know, sometimes life just gets the best of you and you don't have time to do what you'd like to do. So here we go. So this is the small beds. You can see those beans are starting to die back. These are my seed beans at this point. I picked, maybe 2 times off of those. I had Sarah pick one time and she devastated them. She picked every blessed one there was, and luckily there were still blooms and some came back. But for your information, if you only pick the big ones, the little ones will grow bigger and you can pick those too, but not if you pick them before they grow up. So anyway, all this grass clippings that are here is because my tomatoes are shaded by that big stupid tree that my wife won't let me cut down. And so I found that the tomatoes are not getting the sun that they need. In fact, let me just show you, because see how on the left hand side they're a lot lower? That's because at a certain time of the day when most of the sun should be hitting them, it's actually shaded by that tree. I know it seems like this end would be shaded more, but it's just the way the sun casts across the sky. That end of the garden is shaded in the hottest part of the day, or when the sun is more overhead. So anyway, so we're going to move the tomatoes over here next year. This part of the yard does not get shaded at all during the day at all. So I'm going to show you these are Rutgers tomatoes. It's a jungle. I planted them too close. I thought I had plenty of room between them, but this is going to be a bear when they finally start to turn. I'm going to give you a close-up of that plant there. Has already produced at least, I'd say 10 pounds. The last time I picked, and they need to be picked today, but the last time I picked there was a little over 4 pounds. I'm thinking that I'm going to average about 15 pounds per plant, and we have 24 plants, and you do the math, but I think it figured out to, if it all worked out that way, that I'd have 183 quarts. That's a lot of tomatoes. But who knows what's going to happen in the world next year or the year after. So we get the stuff that we can get while we can get it. Put it up and it's there for us to use. So you will notice that there are some weeds. That's a weed. That is definitely a weed. You can hear the chickens in the background. Sheriff's going nuts because we got Lucy on one side and me on the other, so he's a little fired up right now. He's not making much noise, but he's puffing up and flapping his wings. So this is boy, I should have got out here a long time ago, and there's a lot of weeds growing up in this. This is my final bed of beans. That end, on this end we had cucumbers, and we did get a lot of cucumbers. You can see one there in the corner that I can harvest for seeds. I've already collected a bunch of seeds, but maybe I'll harvest that as well. But these beans, they're starting to bloom. They won't won't be much longer. We'll start getting beans off of these too. Currently, I think we have 65 quarts of beans that I've canned this year. So, and over there, those are green peppers on this side. Those plants are the ones that I grew from seed. Those plants are some that my sister-in-law Donna gave me. And then, well, looky there. On the other side of that, and I'll have to go over there and get a closer look, but on the other side is a double row of beans that I have left to go to seed, but they have started to bloom again. So maybe we'll get some more beans. Maybe we'll have to pick again. I don't know. But that's, you know, like I said, gardening is not always as pretty as you'd like it to be. So there's weeds in there. I planted those too close. It's going to be a little difficult getting tomatoes picked. You can see the chickens, they like to... I had to put this fence up around them because the chickens kept getting in, and I had rabbits eating the plants, if you might remember from the beginning of the year. Just for those of you that don't remember or didn't hear, that plant, the tomato plant that I showed you that had all the tomatoes, the ripe tomatoes, and all these other ones, like that plant is loaded down, but they're not nearly ready to pick. I mean, that one right there is a really big one. Zoom in on that. But this plant that has all the red ones on it is the only plant to survive round 2. I planted 24 plants, and the rabbits got in here, ate them all up. I planted again. I tried some different things to keep the rabbits from messing with them. And that plant is the only one to survive round 2. I then put this netting. This is an electric fence, but I don't have it electrified or charged. Energized, that's the word. Sorry. But it does keep the chickens out. It's been keeping the rabbits out. At this point, they're safe. But if the chickens were to get in here, and they are trying desperately over there, but if they were to get in here, they would peck holes in all those tomatoes. So we don't want them in here. So I guess that's all for now. I wish I would have been able to do videos to keep you guys all updated throughout the summer, but as I said, Pastor asked for 1 month, the month of August, to be media fasting. So I have to do Facebook and for my business, but I tried to limit everything to my business profile. I did check my personal profile here and there for messages, because again, people do message me on my personal profile on Facebook, so I had to keep up on that. But for the most part, I didn't want to do the videos and post a lot of stuff about the garden. But I will be processing these tomatoes. The nice thing about Rutgers is they're determinate, so these plants won't get a lot bigger. They get 5 to 6 feet tall, and then they put on all their tomatoes, and then they're done. So that plant actually has put on tomatoes, and I've picked, like I said, a few times, but you can see there's still a lot of smaller ones on the top that'll turn eventually. So okay, I'll quit rambling and let you guys go. Share this video with people. I'd like to build our YouTube channel. Who knows, maybe someday I can make a living doing it. Other people do it. We have successes, we have failures, and I'll let you know about both. Thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next one.